Smoke, smoke some, nigga, drink, drink. Got niggas on the block, what they got their own thing.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Our producer is out tonight. It was a ladies' night out, so she took the night off.
She's MIA.
She ain't MIA. We know exactly where she's at. Matter of fact, we go get her.
If we need her.
But yes. Thank y'all for watching tonight. Thank you all you viewers. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your negativity. Thank you for your hateration. Thank you for bringing straight haterade. Yeah.
Okay.
So there ain't nobody to keep us controlled, not keep us in control.
So we get to get out of control.
Out of control. We might get cut tonight, cause I don't know where this is going.
Real quick, I'm Anthony.
I'm Carl.
And this is MG.
Nigga, I'm Anthony.
I'm Carl.
Yes. You know Anthony by the ball, smooth talker.
I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit.
You threw me off for a minute. I ain't know where to go with that. I was like, damn. Let's try something. Let's try not to move so much.
Just try not to move?
Yeah.
I thought they liked when they see us swaying and bouncing.
But
I get a beat. One of these days, I'm going to put a beat to one of our things.
One of them. Yes,
and
we'll
then
see.
Be, okay. But we could try that.
I mean, I'm just saying. It looks, I guess, a little more professional when we're not swaying and all over the place. I don't know.
I mean, I got ADD. I move.
I ain't got ADD. I just don't smoke weed no more.
That's the problem. That'll solve some of them issues, huh?
If I could just smoke some, I think I'd be all right.
Parental advisory is advised.
Yes.
With
It's
that
probably
said,
smart, but you ain't got to.
know, I mean, it's up to
Each his own. I
Kids
ain't
are
here
smarter
to
than
judge you.
what you think, and I know people ain't monitoring them kids' phones like they should be, but that's something else.
And I feel like you shouldn't influence your kid to something yet. I mean, let them grow up a little bit, but that's each his own. I ain't knocking nobody, so.
That's that. So real quick, just so we can kind of touch on some of the top news stories, which is the main news story, gun control.
Gun control.
And the Russia meddling.
Yeah.
And
Let's just touch on this whole thing that just hit too. I was noticing, why is it that the folks in government are so hypocritical and we vote them in? It's like we know it and we do nothing.
We do nothing.
Nothing. We know their whole campaign is a lie. Their introduction is a lie. Their base is a lie. Their support is a lie. Everything about them is a lie, and we continually support them.
Like you'll see, like I mean, this is just an example that I can come up with real quick. We'll get on Donald Trump real quick. His taxes. We know he ain't been paying taxes, but they making sure we all paying taxes. You know, that was the wait real quick that, and we know how he feels against women, and all these women are like, oh yeah, Donald Trump for president, okay, and then we know that he's a racist, and like to me that I know that's just three things, but and the list goes on, but I just want to kind of touch on that, like.
And then, hold on, and do you know that most of us that pay taxes overpay taxes? Do you ever know that? And so, like, we don't pay to the IRS, we pay our company, and then they distribute out the funds. All it is creating extra income for them. They're not going to tell you that. But this whole system is bullcrap. And it's frustrating that we go in it and we just keep going and we never stop to open our eyes to think, am I being cheated? Who's robbing me? How bad am I being robbed? And who's the culprit? We fail to investigate the stuff that's in our own front door that's happening in our own community, and then we wonder, why are things so bad? Like, does that not make sense to you?
I got it. Oh, is it your phone?
Yeah, it's
okay,
mine.
go ahead. And the only reason I was really touching on Donald Trump because he's our current president. But if we look back at the back presidents, I mean, they're all kind of crooked in their own way.
The show ended.
Low.
Everything's going nicely. Nothing stopped.
We'll just keep it running.
Just everything's saying live. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my producer right now. Oh, we did just.
Hold on, guys.
Oh shit.
This always happens when she ain't here.
It's recording.
Okay, stop that.
Finish.
Finish that.
It
froze.
All right. Which one is this?
This is YouTube.
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
All right.
So, how we go back live?
So, how do we go live? Where? In the status part. Instant friends like.
We ain't got no. That's the thing with the 3 lines?
Is that the thing with the 3 lines? Can you put the producer on the phone?
Put it on. Yeah, put her on it. Put it on speaker. Baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Where did we go live at?
Okay, where it says, what are you thinking, or what do you have to say at the top of
All right.
it?
Hold on, wait.
At the top of,
Hold on.
Okay.
What's on your mind? Okay, click on that.
yeah, what's on your mind? Click on that, and then at the bottom,
Okay.
all those like check in, go
All
live,
right.
go live.
Start. All right, we're starting back live again.
Okay.
Apologize to your viewers why you couldn't be here while we having these technical difficulties.
It happens every time.
That's why you need to be here more.
Thank you.
Time.
Thank you.
Bye.
We're back.
All right, y'all, we back. And so,
We're back. Now we was talking about something that was. See, every time the producer is not here, we have technical difficulties, and that's what just occurred. Now, I don't know. So
welcome back, everybody. Thank y'all once again for those who are just now signing in.
and
My
thank you
name
guys
is
for
Anthony.
sticking with us.
This is Carl. We're with Mac News Group.
MNG.
We had a few technical difficulties right now, and we were able to adjust and overcome. And once again, sorry, things happen. Our budget is this small, and it's getting smaller. So,
Yeah.
but
pretty soon we won't even have no internet to be broadcasting
yes,
this.
pretty soon we're gonna have to go pawn our microphone
And our
we're gonna have
lights.
to talk to the phone itself.
to the phone, to the light phone. The phone
So,
light, yeah.
every once in a while now, I'm gonna have to take a stop and go check because our producer is not here. So, what were we saying just a minute?
Okay, so
We don't have to go back into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, basically we were just touching on how the government lies to us. And
how-
I'm not just talking about one branch of the government. I'm not just talking about Democrats or Republicans. I'm just talking about the government in general. It seems like they're all in it to benefit themselves. It just is. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't. They help me not to see America as a United States. They kind of individualize it. They kind of split it up, and it just
but I
don't
think
feel.
it's been that way since the beginning. I mean, if you started off,
And I think that's the problem,
it's
though.
always been that way. I think we as Americans want to unite, but our government makes profit on us not uniting,
Like,
on our separation, on our splitness. I mean, as long as we can be separate but equal.
Maybe the government
So-
just shut our stuff off. Maybe
Maybe.
it wasn't us.
Maybe. I mean, it's a good point, and it's possible.
So maybe we can
But
figure
normally
out-
they shut you down. They don't just shut you off.
Well, you got to start somewhere. You shut us down, and then a whole bunch of trucks pull up, and then they run up in our spot.
Man, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Fudge. My name is on the paperwork, so I'm going to jail if they come through the door.
Well, you know they can. I mean, it's a law. At any point, any of you guys watching this, just remember this: Rex 84 is a bill that's been passed. The government has the right to come into your home at any time and lock you up indefinitely if they want to.
And if you're doing a crime with 2 or more people, they can implement the RICO law, which is something they normally use for gangsters and organized crime. But if there are 2 or more working together in just something basic, they can enact a RICO law on you, and they can pretty much pull the same tactic, which locking you up with an indefinite without any say. So, like, literally, they are doing nothing more than taking the rights of us, and they're using everything to make it look like they're standing behind a cause, but their whole cause is to control us, you.
And real quick, I kind of want to touch on the whole gun control issue. Okay, it's definitely an issue. It's something flawed. Now, I want to know if anybody has any suggestions of what can be done. Like everyone's saying, gun control, gun control. What do we do then? Somebody tell us. Tell me. Just because someone's mentally unstable. Well, what if they already have guns and they're mentally unstable? They already got the guns. Now what do we do? I mean, and I don't think all these people that's been shooting up these schools. I don't think all these people that's been up in the tower of up in that hotel shooting down in Vegas. I don't think all of these people are mentally disturbed. Now, what are some other laws that can be implemented to help prevent some of these things? And like the only thing I can really come up with is just take away everybody's guns. Now
let's
that ain't
try
gonna
something
happen.
that's a little different. Like let's just take that off the table. Not saying that I don't agree. I mean, I have a gun, and I'm gonna keep mine
think most of
as
us
long
got
as
a gun.
possible. And I am not afraid to use it. I think I will shoot a human before I can shoot a dog. I'm sorry, it's just the way I am. Because humans are nothing more than mostly evil individuals who have the
So
heart.
you're saying a dog is doing probably what they've been bred to do,
and we are doing what we've been taught to do.
Okay, so
Like, I will not get
and
mad
just
at
to
a dog
just to
for his
clarify what he
breed
was saying
and
real
what
quick,
he's
saying in the event that he's being threatened, it's going to be easier for him to shoot a person opposed to a dog threat.
A dog, I think I can talk to. I think I will fight it. I think there's a way. Humans,
They got their own way.
they got their own way. Why is it? I was in Dallas the other day, and I was out working, and I actually had a dude run up to my car, and we got into a fight in the middle of the damn street, and he pulled a gun on me, and I had to jump in my car and take off, because I came out to fight. He came out like a little bitch.
And that's the thing. A lot of people, all these guns, all self-defense, because they're scared to use their hands. Y'all cannot use your hands. That's why y'all got all these weapons. I mean,
but I am not afraid to get knocked out.
that's the first thing they say. Oh, let me go to my car.
Yes, and that's what I told the dude. I was like, bitch ass nigga. And that's what's wrong with this world. Everybody's a bitch. Everybody's scared to get beat the fuck up sometimes. Sometimes I'm going to go, like I say, on Friday, you win some and you lose some. But you live to see another day.
Now, see, so this lady was they was bashing her because she said she had a gun. So she took it out to her garage. She got like an angle grinder and she just like grind the mess out of it and messed it all up. She destroyed her weapon. The same with the guy with the AR-15. I'm sure everybody's been seeing the videos. And she's been getting backlash from it. And people were like, some of the comments she was getting was like, oh, I hope someone comes into your house to rape you and you ain't got your gun no more. I mean, how ignorant is that?
That's what but see, that's where I was just telling him on our way to the store earlier, is that the world, I don't think nothing's going to change it. Because the government...
There's nothing that can change. There's nothing you can really do about it.
The government raises your kids, so you're not able to implement family value. Because it's government value. What values the government is what supersedes family life. But I thought it was my kids, I raised them the way... and then you're going to say, I'm going to raise them the way I want to. Yeah, but they go to that indoctrination school. They They are overcome by the indoctrination of law enforcement. You have government implementation. You have recreational development, which is government overseen. Everything we do has a government reach, touch, implement, subjection, something. So the government is always telling us, showing us, explaining to us, and then always forcing us to react and enact in a way that they agree to, not the way that you agree to. So why is it that we've given this government that we consider to be the land of the free? It is nothing more than a forceful implementation of indoctrination.
Speak up,
And to me, that's just crazy that we do nothing to stop it. It's like we're so brainwashed, and then we think like because we send our kids to school, and that's the funniest shit to me ever. We send our kids to school and we go and blow $30,000-$40,000. We build up this debt that is outrageous, and then we want to. But my baby's getting educated in what? They are being taught how to think, act, implement. It's like you're not teaching them anything. You're indoctrinating them in the way you want them to react in a situation. There's a difference. You know, you come at me and you say I'm gonna use my words, but all you do is you reenact what you've been taught. So you didn't bring nothing new to the table. You're telling me the same shit that you've been fed. Once again, I'd say this: you regurgitate what you've been fed. That's all you know. I'm gonna spit the realest ever. I am not finna sugarfoot my way around nothing. If you don't like it, stop watching. If you don't think I'm saying what I'm saying is true, test me. If you can't handle it, everything I'm saying.
Now, on the side of that, now like I was saying, I do not think there's much we can really do about gun control now. I mean, it's just everybody. Well, it's like probably everyone. It was 7. What's the how many guns are per house?
There's about 8 or 9 guns per household.
8 or 9 guns per household.
Per person.
Per person. I mean.
Hold on one sec. If you take them away, they're just gonna have them anyway. You can take them away and do background checks all day long. They're still gonna find a way.
Yeah. Background checks, mental health. That's not. I mean, the guns are already in the streets. You can go anywhere and get a gun. It started in.
I'm not. All right. I believe in a higher power, but when you start taking away, like, the savior out of schools, when you take away morality out of life, when you show the world that you can rape, pillage, and rob other people, this is what the government has been instilling in us. Once again, the government is great about indoctrinating and instilling the wrong stuff and then expecting right.
And you got to remember,
this is a government. What's happening is a complete reaction to the government's laws, implementation of standards of morality. This is exactly what the government is doing so that they can increase in power. Now, I promise you, everything that's happening is a government issue that we fail to see.
Now, this is kind of, you could say it's reaching, but really, if you think about it, our prison systems, a lot of them are traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay?
Yeah, we're a commodity.
So, you have to make sure there's people in them prisons.
I'm going to just touch on it right quick. Who is the majority of the people in the prisons?
I mean, we know the answer to that.
So really what's being done is you remove the chains off my neck, but then you put the chains on my wrist.
And feet.
So, the truth is a continuation of the system that began over 400 years ago in this country. It's the same system. It's just been redefined Why is it that most of the people in prison now, mainly in there for some damn little bitty ass, with some weed?
Some weed. Like I seen
Some
the
weed.
case. This dude is in.
And I'm gonna tell you, who are the people mostly convicted and stopped and searched on a daily basis?
And we all know that. And they know that. We all know
So-
that. But nobody really cares. I mean, I'm being real.
But what's happening? But this is the system that we fund. Stop voting these people in. Pick somebody completely new. I ain't finna vote. I'm done with that whole system. The whole system is flawed.
It's flawed. From
It's
the
completely
beginning.
flawed.
Like I said
So-
from the beginning, if you're gonna elect a president that's a womanizer, that greases women by
That's
grabbing
right.
them by the vagina, that's a bigot, that it tells his employees, do not, if you hire a black person into one of my now this was, probably about 7 years, 6 years ago.
It don't
If
matter.
you hire a black person into one of my,
No, that
I
was
mean,
in the 60s and
let
70s,
let
but it's all right.
let a black person, if you rent to a black person, I'm gonna fire you. If you I done lost my whole train of thought. What was the third one?
The marches that he was in.
The marches
and,
that
his
but
dad was in.
His dad was in. So in the taxes are we, like I said, we're forced to pay taxes, but our president, he ain't got to pay no taxes. He ain't paid no taxes. Ain't nobody ever seen his taxes, and he ain't gonna show his taxes. But we're like okay with that, and that's what I was saying about all these women. Maybe a lot of people don't care about if he's a womanizer and stuff like that. Maybe people don't care if he's a racist. Maybe people don't care if he pays his taxes or not. But it's all forced on us. We can't do all that, so why should we allow our president to do that? Not that that's something that I condone or would want to do, but I'm just saying we expect the most high standards from the person that is running our country. We expect the most out of them. But the president that we got now, we're getting the least out of him. All he worried about doing is tweeting on his Twitter account and blaming the FBI.
Have you ever tried to investigate? Like maybe we should. You ever see the deals? Maybe the side deals he's involved in, because presidencies. Somehow you only make $200 and something thousand. How is it when you leave office, you're making over $5 to $8 million? You're making $300, $400 to $1 million in a speech.
Well, look at
do you see, like when you sign a bill, it may not be exactly coming to you, but you have offshoots. That means you have subsidiaries and other ways of directing cash flow, so that in the end it's coming to you. Like, not doing nothing with the NRA. Who's getting the money from that? Do you know the NRA has to be paying this dude something? It may not be directly. I bet you it's indirectly.
Well, of course.
This whole Russia thing. I know he's getting money because he wanted to open up a new tower or something in Russia. Do y'all... Where is this money, this extras? How is it being distributed? Where is it going? How is it influencing him? How is it touching him? How is it affecting him? Some way, somehow... Because this is why
and this
they're
is another
able
thing,
to get away with so
on
much.
This president, so he's our recent president, and that's why I'm on this right now. If it was a different president, I'll be on him too. But if you file bankruptcy and you try to go get a car or something, they ask you these questions and it counts against you. But we elect a president into our office to file bankruptcy. I don't know how many times.
Yes.
And it's like I'm saying, it's okay if you got money, it's okay. You can do whatever you want. I mean, it's hands down.
Since you just said that, I'm finna switch it again. Why is it okay if you have money in your life, and why is it, let's just say you got $1 million and I got $22. We go do the same exact crime. I get 10 years, you get off with a warning. It's because you got money for a lawyer and I don't.
Get that
But you know what the problem is, once again, is it's normally this issue again. And y'all don't like it that I bring this shit up. But the truth is the truth. I don't have extras. And most of the viewers don't have extras like that either. And I know it. And so, but the truth of the matter is because we didn't come from that. There shouldn't be two laws for two people that
got money.
If we do the same crime, we get the same time, irregardless of money, race, ethnicity, religion, sexual preference. I don't. Once again, I don't agree with a lot of things. I almost put my foot in my mouth. But I don't agree with a lot of things. But I don't think you should be subjugated or separated or treated differently based on
Your income.
your income. This is just, and that's what's happened here. And that's y'all.
But then they to continue to.
But then you sit here and you say that's why you went to prison, because I didn't have fucking money. That's why I went to prison, not because I did the crime. It's because I didn't have the money.
And that's that. Now, okay, so back to gun control real quick. What are some of the things that we can do to keep our kids? Like, this is just something I came up with. I've been watching some and they're asking everybody, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do to help keep the schools safer? Now, I know a lot of times when you walk into schools, you have to go in with you have to go into a school. You have to show your ID. You got to get them to get permission to beep you into the door to get into the school. Okay, so that's one of the systems that's implemented. But what's something else that they can do? If they can come in through the back door. I don't know how it worked at the school in Florida. I know he came in through a back door somehow. I don't know how that works exactly. A lot of people were saying putting metal detectors in schools, in all schools, and how uneasy would your kid feel having to go through that every day. And I know that's in school systems now. But I'm just
from the city, and nigga, that's the way it was.
Okay, and I'm
this
just
is back in the
questioning.
'80s.
Okay, and a lot of schools look like prisons when you drive by.
As a matter of fact, when I went by your daughter's school, I said, "Man, that looks like a prison system." I mean, that looked just like a detention center. It did not
built
look like
by the
a
same
school.
people, and it's all plays into the government thing.
But I mean, at the same time, you are considering protection. So, what is the best protection in keeping people in is a prison.
Okay, yeah.
So you almost have to build a prison to keep
everybody
safe.
So like, okay,
or
so
at least at the bare minimum.
I came up with two ideas of my own.
All right.
What I have in mind, something that might.
And I'm gonna go against some of it, but I agree with it at the same time.
So, okay, so I was thinking the same thing. Of course, after this Florida thing went down or whatever, my kid is getting older, and I want her to be able to think before she panics. So, of course, I'm implementing the whole put your backpack on and then run. So that way, if you do get hit in the back, at least a book or something might block it. Now, of course, a lot of times that's not the situation. But what happens in a lot of these schools is you're in a room, and there's only one way out, which is the door the dude is shooting through. And why won't they at least put in a breakaway glass at the back of the room, so or some kind of exit, so if something happens, if the alarm is sounded, if they hear
kind of like
guns,
on an airplane where they have the breakaway doors.
you know what I'm
and
saying?
on
If
trains,
they hear gunshots,
and on buses they have the breakaway
I
glass.
want my kid to be able to run away from the problem. I don't want to have to scoop down behind the desk where you're trapped. Now, that's just me and my kids. I don't want them just trapped in a box.
And at the same time, I understand what you're saying, but in law enforcement thinking, you don't want a lot of kids running around outside an active shooting area. That almost puts people...
Run. I see what you're saying. But it's harder to hit a moving target than someone just crouched down in the corner when you got 25 targets just sitting there waiting for you. Now,
hold on. I got another thing, man. Is if now y'all ain't gonna like what I'm finna say, but if you know what, sometimes somebody has to be prepared for the end result, and sometimes the end result is not always a happy place. But somebody has to be prepared to put their life on the line. I was in the service, and one thing you do on active shooters is you approach them. Don't let them find you. You go find them. You assault them. You
but
use
we're talking about
whatever.
Kids. We're talking about ninth
I know
graders.
that, and I understand it. But sometimes, if we need to end something, you have got to approach this. You can't always run from it. But that's the best defense is an offense. Offensively attack.
Or fight fire with firearm teachers. Now, I'm not even
saying the students. I'm saying the teachers. I'm saying...
Well, and we did have a teacher. thank you for people like that who
Yeah, the one
will
that
put their
died,
body to
well,
save
no,
someone.
he didn't attack. He covered.
And which is
No,
good.
I'm not taking away from it.
Okay.
But I'm saying, if you're gonna use that same heart, turn that stuff to the one that's doing it. Plan your attack. Plot, plan, and assault that dude. Figure out a way. You know, you got weapons. You do have they're not like bullets, but you have books. There's bricks. There's glass in the window. Break the glass. Use it as a knife. There are weapons that are available.
And I get what you're saying, but like I said, if we think about, let's just think about a school setting where teachers are already all separated. So if one dude is running towards someone with an AR-15, I would say, don't do that, because it's just you and him, and you're gonna lose. I mean, that's just a losing battle.
I
In
don't
most
know.
cases, that's a losing
I mean,
battle.
I agree with what you're saying, but I still, look, once again, I'm military, so you have to attack. You have to attack. You cannot wait for this, for the assault to take place when you're completely unprepared for it. Take the fight to him. And sometimes, I know this sounds crazy, but this is how you fight fire with fire. Is you can't sit and wait in a room and wait for your death.
And that's the other thing. Like, I mean, they do these drills at school. They do the drills where what's it called? I can't think of the drill they do where if there is an active shooter in the school, they do a drill. I guess they turn off the lights and they lock the door. But we're talking about a regular wooden door, which could probably just get kicked in or shot through. The lights are off. Well, that's kind of better for the person shooting the gun. Now no one knows where he is. And everybody's hunched down in a corner somewhere, which is just a sitting duck. Now, I don't know how, I want to put it nicely, but I mean, that's what it is. If there's a whole bunch of kids in the corner and someone's in there shooting an AR-15, you don't even have to be an assault rifle. It can just be a handgun. If everybody's there, you just shoot 15 rounds, however many rounds your gun holds, you're going to probably hit 15 targets. Now, my other idea was, aside from an exit in the classrooms, and I know some of these classrooms, these schools have second floors, so it's hard to just, I would probably jump out there regardless. If someone's shooting, I'm going out the window. Now, the other thing I thought maybe might be helpful.
Hold on one sec, everybody. Come here, real quick.
I have one more thing that might be helpful, real quick. Give me 1 minute, real quick. One more thing that might be helpful. Now, the government spends a lot. Okay, just one example, and I'm gonna try to tie this into this one. So the government gave to the Science Foundation $750 million to see if a person feels better about themselves when they take a selfie with their phone. These are the facts. Just Google it, look it up. Paul, what's his first name? Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. Oh, Rand Paul.
Rand Paul.
He
did the whole look it up. Look for the. He gave some good points there. But so they spent $750 million.
Oh, that was Paul Ryan, the House Speaker.
It's Rand Paul.
Oh, okay. So it's not the House Speaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
okay, I'm sorry.
So the government is giving $750 million to stupid shit like that. Why not take money? I mean, because
hold on. Let me. When I was in the military, do y'all know we used to buy wrenches at $300 above cost? I got to see the paperwork. I actually got to file it and.
Well, that's how, because the government, people who work in the government got these military, just like Bush. The Bushes, and I know a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the Bushes, they own companies that manufacture military equipment.
Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton.
They also do the reconstruction of a war-torn area.
Why you think there was a war while he was in presidency?
That's what I'm trying to say, people, is how is it that this presidency only makes $200-something thousand a year, but when they leave office, they are millions of dollars above the bracket that they began in.
So
how is this?
So what
do y'all not wonder this shit, or is this just y'all don't care?
They don't care. But anyway, so look. So what else happens? What my other idea, aside from exits in the classrooms, so kids can run out and run to the nearest house and try to get cover over there. This is my other idea. Why not turn the rooms into just a room of dark, into a panic room where they can hit a button on their desk or on the wall, and the door is actually metal. They can't be shot through. Bulletproof glass in the window, because we don't want to spend money on our kids. If you really look into the education system, they don't want to spend money on the kids. They want
to spend money on the prison system.
And on these selfie shots.
Yeah, they would much rather imprison us than to like indoctrinate us, because it's not education.
Or build an extra room
and then they always say, we don't have government spending for that. But you can go spend all this other money.
Well, we just gave $700 billion to the military, which I'm not saying that they don't need, but...
No, we don't need that money like that.
Okay, and I didn't think so either. But so let's take $700 billion. So let's take $100 billion, and it probably won't even take that much money to put a panic room in every classroom, so there are the 20, 30, 25, 30 kids. Hold on, let me my idea. So all the kids can run into a room, and there's a panic room. There ain't no way in, there ain't no way out. I mean, everybody's safe, and it just seems like them are just my ideas that I had. An exit in the classrooms, other than the way that the shooter is shooting, in some kind of panic room. Either the classroom door is built out of steel, it has a bulletproof glass in it, it has some kind of lock, magnetic lock, or however, the best way to lock the door, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a contractor or nothing like that, or I don't work for the defense company, but these are just some of my ideas. I have not heard any ideas. Everybody's saying we need to change, we need to change, we need to change, but nobody's saying how we can do it. Only thing we're getting is mental health. But if someone already, there's millions and millions of guns already
in circulation.
There's
380 million people in the United States. If you add 8 guns to each of us, that's going to be, what, 60, 70 million? That's 2. You add another 70
it's
million. And so we're going to be in like... Yeah, come on, y'all.
I just want to hear people saying, stop talking, stop giving sympathy. Let's stand up. Let's do something. Let's go down to the courthouses. Because, you know, that happened in Florida. But we have kids in school today, here in our town, where that can happen just as well. And those are some of the systems that I had came up with. I want to hear some of the ideas you guys got. Now,
they ain't gonna say nothing. I already know.
They ain't gonna comment. They just gonna be quiet. They ain't gonna say nothing. Just hope it don't happen in your school.
Man, is everybody's scared, and the system has.
And everybody's worried about what you think. I don't give a damn what nobody thinks about me. That's why I'm up here right now. I mispronounce words. I misspell words. My math is usually wrong up here, but I'm doing it because I care, and this is one way that I can give my opinion.
This is this is what we're seeing, and this is why I really wanted and just for y'all to know, I wanted to shut down because I realized y'all don't want real shit. All you want is ignorance.
Yeah, they
want somebody to be a fool completely. You don't want somebody to have some education. You want them to have no education. You want complete ignorance is all this world has created. This government, this world, this United States that we all say we love. You guys thrive on stupidity. I watch the TV shows, ignorant.
Yeah,
the music is ignorant. I mean, we play certain music. I still think that's ignorant. Okay?
I like the music we play.
Everything that we dive into, I hate when I hear people say I watch TV for entertainment, because when I watch and see what you're watching, it's about dumb as shit. So, each his own. I ain't mad at you, but you know what? It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to grow some balls. It's time to grow a heart. You say you care? Show it. Stop sitting on the sideline and waiting for somebody else to show they care. You need to care, because one person ain't about shit in this economy, in this world, and you know it. It's going to take all of us to make a stand to change.
And it doesn't matter what
we're about to wrap this thing up.
It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what background you have. It doesn't matter how many felonies you got. It don't matter if you're gay.
Okay, hold on. We got some comments. If we care, we couldn't do anything about it.
If we cared, we couldn't do nothing.
Doesn't matter who we vote for. or who we vote into office, it's the same thing. This is the same things I've been saying. It's the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold
But
on,
if you
one
get
more comment. Kids are getting arrested all over here now for threatening and doing stuff to their schools.
people are getting arrested for threatening, where you going?
I'm fixing to shut us
No,
off.
no. People are getting arrested. Kids are getting arrested all over here for threatening. I don't know what was.
It just said just getting arrested for doing stuff to the schools.
Okay.
Doing stuff in schools, doing stuff to the schools, you know, like the guns and... But you know what? It's the system once again. You know, like... I remember being a child and going to school, and I remember doing a lot of the same things these kids do. Sadly. But, you know, we had different rules back then. But
Times is changing. We need to change with the times.
yeah, why do we continually lock... All right. We are... I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but there are different strokes. You gotta... Every case is a little different. You can't continually lock up a 12-year-old as an adult.
Yeah, that ain't helping
that
nothing.
is not... All you're creating is a monster.
And they're gonna get out at some point.
They're gonna get out, and now they are normally sexually assaulted.
Oh yeah, they're
They
monsters.
have been institutionalized. They have been completely
diminished just as a person.
as
Their
a-
soul is gone.
Their whole who they were is now a monster, because our prison systems do not incarcerate to educate. They incarcerate to completely erase the man you thought you knew or the woman you thought you knew. That's their whole purpose. They're not in purpose to train you and see a better you. Their only purpose is to get $1 from you. The system is nothing more. It's okay. We live in a capitalistic society, in a world. All they want is everything that happens has to create dollars. So if it's not making money, you're either dead or you're dying.
And you know, and a lot of this, you know, and there's a
the way
lot
it
of
is.
different things that can
We're
change.
gonna close this show
But
out.
bullying kids. I mean, parents, you gotta pay attention to your kids, and parents know their kids more better than anyone.
You know your kids
You
are a
know
bully.
if your kid is a bully or
You
not.
probably train them to be a bully.
It's
Because
probably-
you's a punk ass
It's
yourself.
probably some you probably beat up. It's probably fighting going on in the household.
And the dad's beating up on you, or you discriminate, or you're going off, or you disrespect your husband, and so your child thinks it's okay to disrespect
to go to school
and disrespect
so
other
we need
people.
to pay more
So
attention.
you
Everybody's
need to
looking.
be a
Everybody's
better
pointing.
person.
Everybody's pointing the finger everywhere. It's everybody else's fault. But no one ever wants to take blame. Just like our own president doesn't want to take blame. I guess we're learning this shit from somewhere. Anyways,
And you
nobody
banish
wants to
that
be
out.
accountable for what they do. Nobody. It's really simple as that. It looks like nobody really cares.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you this right now, and y'all can check me if you want to. If I hear my son get out of line with somebody, I will never agree to that. My son is bigger than me, but I tell him straight up, bro, I will hit you with a bat. You know what? Because you will not disrespect someone. You give everybody the credit they deserve.
and you take up. If someone, I
And
tell
if
my
somebody-
kids,
yeah, you
if
need
you
them
see
to take
somebody
up for
bullying
somebody,
somebody,
you fucking
go
take
over and
up
take
for
up for
them.
them. If you get suspended because you was taking up for someone and getting
I'ma
bullied,
congratulate
then
you.
I'm gonna give you a reward when you
Yes.
get here, and I'm gonna go up to the school and I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind. But so you guys gotta not worry about what everybody thinks about you. Nobody really gives a fuck about you in the first place. Just to get that straight, nobody cares about you. You have to care about yourself. You have to care about your home. You have to care about your kids.
And I was just telling him that just today, dude, we need to care for other people. We are a selfless fucking world now. And it pisses me off. Because don't nobody give a fuck about nobody.
And nobody
All y'all
cares.
sit here and act like you care. Let something happen to the next man.
And we're-
It wasn't my baby.
Okay,
You know
it's
what?
because we're a controlling country, but it's just like
It's
we can have
crazy.
nuclear weapons, but we control if anybody else has
Yeah,
nuclear
nobody
weapons.
else can.
Nobody can have
What
nuclear
the
weapons, but
fuck
we
is
can have
wrong with
nuclear
that?
weapons. We can do we got certain things that we can do. We set sanctions on everybody else. We're bullies ourselves. Our country is a
Our
bully.
country was
Built
was
on bullying.
founded on bullying.
bullying.
Killing, rape, pillage, and bullying. That's what we are.
So-
and now you sit here and it pisses me off when you sit here and say, let's make America great. When?
When has it been great?
Oh, was it at the time when we was killing blacks? Or was it the time when we was killing Native Americans? Or
was it the time we was locking up all the Asians? Yeah.
Or was it the time when we were fucking being abusive to the Mexicans? Or I'm gonna stop right there. But my problem is we ain't never been a great nation.
Let's go. We could go drop bombs on Hiroshima. We can go drop.
We can go drop bombs in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's
Right
what
here
we
in
can
the
do.
United States.
Or we can go shut down Greenwood in Oklahoma City, black neighborhood. We can do all this, and then we can build a church on the same land we just built fucking 800 people. Y'all lost y'all damn mind. I'm gone.
We're going to sign off. With that said, another way we can fix it, aside from the other two suggestions I had, legalize marijuana all the way around. That'll help a lot of mental issues. Y'all know that, right? Do some research. You know, CBD, you know, that stuff is a helpful, it's not a drug. I don't consider it a drug. Of course, our state does here in Texas. I don't see them ever legalizing it. But that helps a lot of mental defects. It helps a lot of health issues. So, legalize marijuana. Amsterdam has also the lowest crime rate known to man. They are legal all the way around. So, y'all gotta think about some things. Use your mind. You know, it's up to us. We have to make a stand. Black News Group, MNG. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, share.
Broken in college, first with low mileage. I like them black, pretty white teeth, body unique, booty